In today's video, I'm going to share with you the progress that I've made thus far, as well as give a little preview as to what I can deliver in the sense of the business and the steps that I'm about to take. So let's get started here. So this is now my YouTube channel, and I did upload just a basic photo from Canva. Canva is a website or tool that is used for just images and more from the business side, most likely. It's an editor probably for more photos. They come with a lot of extra preloaded things that make it look professional and don't have to put in that much effort. So with the YouTube channel, instead of having just a complete default bland, I wanted something that is a little bit extra spice, but I will change it in the future, but for the time being, this is good enough. So I found one where it shows simply what I want to be doing, which is documenting, kind of helping provide the way, like a flow chart here. And marking the way is just the name. So taking a look, I did upload the videos 24 hours ago. And as you can tell, I have one view for the second one, and I have 3 views for the first. So that tells me actually this is great. I'm not gonna lie, because I was expecting 0. I was expecting 0 for a long time. So the fact that I already have somebody taking a look, that's a compliment to me. So what I will then have as a goal is to probably improve the videos by asking people to subscribe. And even if I have one person subscribe that isn't from somebody that I know, then that's great progress, and it's a very obtainable goal. So you know what? Let's just start off with that goal. If you're watching, I love it if you could subscribe. Thank you. And we'll go from there. Now, I'm not sure if you are familiar with uploading and seeing the analytics, and don't mind me right now, it's a 3 a.m. where I am, and I don't want to wake up people, so I'm talking in a lower voice. I did make the commitment where I want to be consistent, and just by saying I want to be consistent, am I truly committing to the goal? That's overthinking. Ultimately, I told myself I want to do this, so even if it's late, I'm recording. And getting back on topic here, YouTube provides really great analytics when it comes to the people that are watching, the retention time, etc. So although many of us for public, you can see how many views, we can go into the analytics here portion and get a little bit of a better idea as to when it happened. Gives a live count so it can combine it. Right now we only have 2 videos, but as time progresses, I'll be able to see which ones are being watched at a more live time. And what else is cool is, let's see, got 4 impressions, can show click rate, audience. So these are just some things that maybe isn't as populated and can help us out at this current time, but in the future it can definitely be helpful. And I thought it did show, you can even go into the analytics of an individual video. So since this one had more, let's click on that. And I can see right here, it got 3 views, and it had a watch time of 0.4 hours. So it's possible somebody could just instantly watch and click off, but it seems that there was actually some time. You can take a look at the reach, and it was through impressions, which is pretty good. It's either through direct, browse features, and playlists. Interesting. 14%. You can look at engagement and average view duration, about 9 minutes, which is awesome. Especially since my video was 15 minutes, so people stayed for roughly 9 minutes. Cool. All right. So let's get on to the next portion here. And let's talk about what I plan to deliver. Because it's one thing to say, okay, I'm working, I'm thinking what I can do. But now this is a little bit of a demo. So I love this website. It's called Miro. And with Miro, I can do a lot of documentation it's just really easy. It's nice. I can expand out, just add a ton, zoom in, and do this. Now, I've done this in the past for myself, but I just wanted to give a little walkthrough here. I'm thinking that I want to create this flowchart talking about how to improve consistency. And it's not going to necessarily be perfect. Similar to writing, an author, they'll write it out, and it's just a matter of doing it 30 minutes a day and put in the process. So I'm planning on doing the same thing and show how I do the flow chart, talk about it a little bit, and give a little bit of perception of this. And then once it's all done, I can always give it for free to other people just so that they can use it and just put something out there that is helpful, and I'm putting in the work. So, all right, let's get started here. So with this flow chart, I want to describe, and I'm going to take it from the point of view for myself. I want to improve my consistency. And these will describe some actions I can take. But first off, I like defining the goal and then also giving rules and ideas. So a goal would be for me, such as this, like post up every single day, but I'd want to make sure that's something that I could follow through on. So before I say like, okay, post a video every single day, make it be 10 minutes, I want to first think of some rules and ideas. So rule and idea is I want to make sure that's something that I can for sure do. Even at the worst times when I'm feeling super low, super tired, I'm like, okay, at least I could do it. So let's write that down. So something that I can for sure commit to. What else? We can say, does it have to be top tier quality? No, it doesn't have to be. It's just a matter of the act of getting into the habit. So we can talk about quality. And then we can also say, what is the concept of this? And the concept is just to put in the habit. Thinking of the best way of how to word this, which is not really that important. Boom. Let's keep it simple. Let's leave it at those three. Okay. So then for myself, I'll make this bold. Apologize if you can hear the typing. I will watch this video later. The concept is, as I record, just even showing myself, go through this flowchart, I can go back, analyze, and just do 1% improvement for every video. And also for the process that I'm doing in and of itself. But I came to the realization I can think about this, and the main thing I need to do is have a deliverable. And just by starting on this was my next best step. So I'm happy to be doing this regardless of the results. All right, but I need to really focus here. So with the goal, what is something that I can do consistently? For sure, that would be a habit. I would say, and this is going to be ridiculous, but work on my business every single day for 15 minutes. Now, obviously I want to do a lot more, but let's take a look at the rules. Is it something that I can for sure commit to? 15 minutes working on the business every single day. That is extremely realistic and obtainable. Does it have to be the best quality? No. Okay, cool. And then finally, it's establishing the habit. Awesome. So, okay, then let's start filling out some of these boxes. And we can choose a different color here, or do we want to be consistent? You know what? Let's be consistent. We're going with blue on this one. All right. So, in order to do that, here's the fun part. I can fill out these boxes and reorganize the order however many boxes. It doesn't have to be like this. It's just nice to visually see something. When it's completely blank, it can get overwhelming, but to have it a little bit mapped out, it's like, oh, okay, it's filled out. It's not that, not that overwhelming. So one thing I could think about is the timing. Okay. Let's see. So we could ask ourselves, what time is it? Is it... Okay, got the color, gotta change it. What time is it? And from here, it could be morning, evening, night, right? I could go into 3 different boxes. I could also change it to be right here. So we could just pretend that it's morning. And let's see, I double click here typically. There we go. And say it's morning. Boom. And I could say wonder if I could apply this theme across all 3. And I want to sum up this video quickly. Wonder if I could just do like this. There we go. Now we cooking. All right, let's click on this, and we say it's morning, and can always ask, did I do my morning routine? And for everybody it's different, but cool, I already have no filled out, so I can go down that path. I'm gonna snag it right here, do it like this. Perfect. We don't need this for right now. But then we could also do it like this and say afternoon. Well, you're right. I can add as text here. Evening. Oh, I'm in a pickle now, but this is the cool part about reorganizing. Pop it here. It still looks bad, right? But can simply delete this because we got options. We're flexible here. I'm not concerned about this. You know what? Let's get rid of this all. And pop that here. Say that this is night. Cool. Now, do I necessarily want the whole thing to be started with what time is it? Perhaps not, but as you can tell, it gets us into 4 different categories. I'm just going to continue on with this one right here, sum it up, because then I put the 15 minutes that I need to do in order to be more consistent here, and I'll have a lot more time tomorrow. So if I did my morning routine, we're going to say yes. And we're going to say, give ourselves a little compliment. And the idea is that we can revisit this and take a look whenever we wake up in the morning if we want to, or just have a positive mindset. So we could be like, hey, awesome. Next question is, are you feeling focused? And we can ask ourselves, is that the best question? Because if I did my morning routine, does it matter if I'm focused? Or is there another thing that would be more important? I would say if I have time, because if I'm working or doing something, so rather than worried about being focused for right now, which we can add over here for later, so we don't forget, we could say do you have time now? Because if we don't, that's an easy answer. So we can go here, and it does a nice job of lining it up and showing. I hold down the shift key on my keyboard in order to draw a straight arrow, and then can add another box, so that's really a nice feature. And we'll say yes. And then we could say and then what's cool is if I mention right here, can I do a simple task? This is independent of morning routine, etc. So let's say it's in the nighttime. I could be like, woo, come over here. And I can make this appear nicer, more legit, and have the lines all eventually come into that box. And that can shape the way how we want this diagram to look. I could have it come into different sides of the box as well. But you know what? We're just going to leave it as here because it's 15 minutes, 60 minutes when I get going. So again, this doesn't have to be perfect. It's just a video to crank this out. It's going to be cool to look in the future to see how my process has changed, if I'm still using this program, my mindset. But overall, I love this program. This is what I do for myself. I like the clean look in doing that because it helps me put out these ideas and come up with a game plan for myself. And I'd love to put that out to the community, have an actual MVP, like a minimal viable product is the minimal thing that needs to be out there, because I want people to understand the value. And I'm going to stop rambling and get going. But I'd love it if you guys could continue to follow my journey, subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Bye.